What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
Yeah, what's up, guys? How you living out there? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course. Shout out to everybody out there rocking with the channel.
As always, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure it's set to all so you get all our videos as they drop. Artists, if you got a song or, songs that you want us to do, make sure you check out the link in the description. We could definitely get you hooked up on that. Or we could place you in front of one of our up-and-coming videos. We do about 60 seconds of your song. Either way, information down below. We can get you hooked up. All right, man. Drum and bass today. J. Cole, we're keeping this project, The Fall Off, going, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we said, man, we can't do the whole album, so I'm not sure how many more we're going to do. This might be the last one, to keep it real with you, and then, we'll see, in terms of schedules. But we at least wanted to try to do as much as we could within the scope of our schedules on this Fall Off album, because, we go way back with J. Cole, man.
Yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying? Quick update for people who didn't see those other reactions that we have out. I have my own channel that I'm going to be starting, man. It's called Rhyme Rate. The information for that will be in the description. Make sure you show your boys some support, man. It's going to be a hip-hop focused channel, and we're going to do some reactions. We're going to talk hip-hop. We're going to have a little fun. I got some things I want to talk about in general. You know what I'm saying? So I want to throw my hat in the YouTube ring. Rhyme Rate, again, is the name of the channel. Go ahead and subscribe over there, man, and I should be uploading some videos in the next few days. So let's get to it, though. J. Cole Drum and Bass. I know, now that we know now, like, what's the name we put out? Because we were, like, saying we don't know which ones we're going to put out when. We've put out Safety, and we've put out I Love Her Again. I Love Her Again is fire to me. And we enjoy Safety, but I Love Her Again, fire. So I've enjoyed the listening so far. Let's keep it going, though. J. Cole, Drum and Bass.
Get the fuck up out my face with what you talking about. I got too much on my plate, and I know you can't relate. They show love, but it be fake. Fuck you talking about. Shit be covering up that hate. I know how to spot a snake. Niggas tote that drum and bass. Fuck you talking about. So you better know your place. Stay inside, cause it ain't safe. Bitch, I'm outside with the apes. Fuck you talking about. Yeah. You hear my words.
Interesting, right? What the fuck are we talking about in general? Like,
I don't know.
What we saying here, Cole? What's going on here? Get the fuck about my face. What you talking about?
He's
annoyed with somebody.
I got too much on my plate, and you can't relate because you ain't got shit going on. I guess, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can think of. Motherfuckers that, people that call you don't have shit to do. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, man, I've been calling you. I'm like, dude, I got a lot of shit on my plate. I got a lot of things going on. What's up, man? Oh, I just wanted to chop it up with you. That's why I didn't call your ass back. I'll call you back.
You see that game, though? Like, what? He said they show love, but it be fake. Fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
I just saw a recent comment from I'm not gonna say names, you know what I'm saying, but this is a recent comment from a rapper. No, fuck it, I'm gonna say names. You know what I'm saying? Fat Joe made a comment about the Grammys. Kendrick cleaned up at the Grammys, and somebody was interviewing him. I don't know if it was at the Grammys on some red carpet somewhere. And what do you think about Kendrick doing the Grammys and this and that? He was just like, yeah, he's like, I remember when hip hop wasn't really fucking with the Grammys. You know what I mean? Flavor Flav and all that was saying fuck the Grammys, yada yada, because they never got it right, and they never took the time to really make sure that the right people were getting awarded. He was just like, so, and then he stopped himself. He was like, congratulations, Kendrick. And I saw Kendrick fans underneath that post like, he could have kept that bullshit. Yeah. So when J. Cole says they show love, but it be fake, fuck you talking about, that's
the first thing that came
That's just part of my mind. Like,
congratulations.
Yeah, that seemed like a backhanded ass compliment and shit like that. So I don't know if J. Cole has that on his mind when he's thinking about that fake love. Man, you bullshit. You ain't fucking with it. Let's start that back up, though.
And I know you can't relate. They show love, but it be fake. Fuck you talking about. Shit be covering up that hate. I know how to spot a snake. Niggas tote that drum and bass. Fuck you talking about. So you better know your place. Stay inside, cause it ain't safe. Bitch, I'm outside with the apes. Fuck you talking about.
You said the apes? Yeah. It says apes.
You hear my words, but got no clue about who I really am. From shark-infested waters, phrases like that make me sound harder and more ruthless. But the truth is that I merely swam out the stolo, semis blam, willy-nilly over kilograms. Niggas selling rock like Stilly Dan. While the world spins like whirlwinds, out of control. How does the soul find a thorough cleanse when all of this cold water?
He on his technical shit, though. He's on his technical shit.
And you hear my words, but you got no clue of who I really am. You know what I'm saying? From shark-infested waters, you know what I'm saying? Make it sound more ruthless, more harder and ruthless. But the truth is, I merely just swam. Either you a predator or you the prey. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no. I got merely
the fuck
swam.
I got the fuck out of there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But I'm not trying to portray myself as somebody else. Dude selling rock like Steely Dan.
Shout out to Steely Dan.
Man, Steely Dan got some shit, though.
We
You
do
know what I'm saying?
reactions to rock and metal too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He got some shit.
But, you know, rock, talking about drugs and selling kilos and all that shit. But obviously Steely Dan is
Rock band.
Is a rock band.
All right, cool. Let's pull it back.
Out the stolo, semis bland, willy-nilly over kilograms. Niggas selling rock like Steely Dan. While the world spins like whirlwinds, out of control. How does the soul find a thorough cleanse when all of this cold water that flows has for sure been contaminated with sin? Planted in the latest of trends, stranded in this land of the antiquated ways of the men, standing in a state of revenge, seeking a way to defend reputations because the names are actually greater than them. Life is a trip, you can't predict the random way that it ends. Bullets travel straight.
Yeah. His rhyme schemes, man. You know, it's just, you can't deny the rhyme schemes, man, that he's in. You know what I'm saying? Standing in the state of revenge, seeking a way to defend reputations because the names are actually greater than them. Then he said that stranded in this land of antiquated ways of the men. Like, you can't deny what he's doing from a rhyme scheme standpoint. Seeking a way to defend reputations because the names are actually greater than them. What that line makes me think of is that, if I'm thinking of the battle, if I have that in mind, it seems like that became bigger than them. You know what I'm saying? Like their names, right? Their names and whatever, you know, their reputations or whatever. I just feel like at this stage of hip hop, or at least when on the level they're playing on, Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, their names are so like entities, right? They're their own entities, you know, and with these extreme standums that are constantly defending them with their lives, it just feels like all of this has gotten bigger than them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
As individuals. I feel like that in turn kind of makes them feel the extra bit of pressure to defend this sort of this hip hop flag, right? This flag or whatever, this entity that they've developed. And I feel like, you know, they just have that pressure of trying to constantly appease the fans, or appease whoever, record labels or whatever the case may be, right? When that's not really what's in their heart, or that's not really what you know, they're looking to do. You know what I'm saying? But again, the immense pressure from the industry and the fans or whatever have kind of put them in this, they're kind of backed them into a corner, so to speak. That's how I'm taking the line.
I like that take, though.
Could be wrong, or it could be some street shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like you develop a reputation for being a certain type of dude in the streets. Now I feel like every situation you feel like you have to take it to the max. You know what I mean? You got to catch bodies at the drop of that. Anybody talk crazy to you, you got to shoot them, all this other stuff. So it could be like, man, but you don't want to be this killer. You don't want to be this guy that's this super thug. But now you feel, because of the reputation that you have, that you hold, or how people perceive you, you know, now you're put in a position where you have to, you know, you have to do something that you don't want to do. You got to take lives. So that could be the other side of it as well. Could have nothing to do with Drake, Kendrick, or Cole. It could be street related. But either way, I think that's an interesting line.
Planted in the latest of trends, stranded in this land of the antiquated ways of the men, standing in a state of revenge, seeking a way to defend reputations because the names are actually greater than them. Life is a trip, you can't predict the random way that it ends. Bullets travel straight through the skin like gamma rays in the wind. My greatest of wins came when I annotated my gems. The shit I write so far, I got my hand afraid of my pen. Get the fuck up out my face with
What you talking about?
But my hand is like, man, that pen is so fire, man. When we come together, it's destruction. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta put an oven on that.
you know what I mean? When we get together, it ain't nothing nice, is what he's saying. Ain't nothing nice. That's an old ass word. That's an old ass phrase and shit.
Shit be covering up that hate. I know how to spot a snake. Niggas tote that drum and bass. Fuck you talking about? So you better know your place. Stay inside cause it ain't safe. Bitch, I'm outside with the eights. Fuck you talking about? But tell me what sense do it make? Coming back when you escape. Quiet as kept. I feel the vibe of the whole city. So tired and stressed from getting fed to steady diet of death. Mothers crying on steps while porch lights shine down on a giant puddle that now forms on the ground and she wept. Family surrounding her, providing their best.
Yeah, Cole, yeah, he's definitely I love the fact that he wants to prove a point when it comes to technical rapping. But I am feeling in this song more so than some of the other songs that we've done is that it feels like a bunch of words that are equating to, okay, so mothers are crying on the steps because of murders, right? You know what I'm saying? It feels like unnecessary, almost like unnecessary filler. You know what I'm saying? Like he's skillfully doing it. The technique is dope. He's crushing it. So tired and stressed from getting fed the steady diet of death. Mothers crying on steps while porch lights shine on a giant puddle that forms as a ground as she wept. It just feels like an unnecessary amount of wording to say that mothers are crying on a porch. So he's not really saying as much, in my opinion, in this song. He's not as structured I feel like also with his thoughts in this, it feels like more of a stream of consciousness. Dealings in the hood and all this other stuff, dudes selling rocks and this and that, and mothers crying. I mean, I guess you can make a case, of course, that there's a narrative or a theme or something like that he's exploring, but this doesn't feel as organized in terms of what he's saying as I'm normally used to with Cole. But he is technically
crushing it,
rapping very well though, for sure.
Now phones on the ground and she wept. Family surrounding her, providing their best attempt at consoling her. Prayers and words of faith coming out of the breath. Turning to the Lord's ironic at a time with these young niggas so violent they'll let off at God in the flesh. My mind is a mess, conflicted, cause the energy's wicked.
Is that what he meant? Like, even if like motherfuckers are so violent that even if God came down like the second coming, so to speak, you know, and was like, come with me, my child, man, fuck that. I'm killing everybody, including you, God. That's crazy.
Including you, God.
That's crazy, right?
What did Nas say? I went to hell for snuffing Jesus and shit?
That's crazy.
That takes me back to that line.
There is no rhyme or reason to what they do outside of their own gain. You know what I'm saying? No one can talk them off that ledge is the way I'm taking that line.
Turning to the Lord's ironic at a time with these young niggas so violent they'll let off at God in the flesh. My mind is a mess, conflicted, cause the energy's wicked. They need to impress at a high while the guidance is less. And while I feel powerless to change up how it is, a part of me is yelling loud as shit, you ain't trying your best. Too busy selling out arenas and flying on jets. Life on cloud nine and I can't deny it, I guess. I'm living my dream, my life is...
What was that for?
That. You know how I love those big boss lines, right? Talking about making money and doing big things. But I like how he flipped this, man. He said, and while I feel powerless to change the power that is, I think that's another way of saying things are the way that they are. It is what it is. A part of me is yelling as loud as shit. You ain't trying your best, man. Come on, stop it. You too busy selling out arenas, flying on jets and doing this and doing that. You ain't trying your best. That is, again, I think that's the theme of I'm going to call it the reinvented J. Cole, because I feel like he feels I need to push myself. I can always do better. And I think that's just a good thing in life to have. And I don't know if he's talking about just his own part in these neighborhoods that he grew up in, you know what I'm saying, helping people, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's talking about music or whatever the case may be, or maybe a combination of all of that. I could do better.
I could do more for my community.
Yeah.
This is what it seems like. Like, you know, I'm just, you ain't trying enough. These dudes mothers is crying. I'm seeing constantly, what did he say? He started the verse by saying, quiet is kept. I feel the vibe of the whole city so tired and stressed from getting fed the steady diet of death. I'm getting this steady diet of death. Like, it's just endless. This endless sort of cycle of destruction. And I'm over here flying on jets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I could do more in my city to maybe, you know, to maybe change things around. So that's cool.
Too busy selling out arenas and flying on jets. Life on cloud nine and I can't deny it, I guess. I'm living my dream, my life is my childhood wish. The guilt that comes along with that is the size of the rest of the planet. I pray you get to see it across the Atlantic. Tonight I stepped out with my niggas and felt the organic nostalgia that arouses when I'm with the rest of the bandits. Obsessed with talking about the bitches we sexed till we landed in the spot that always used to pop when we was younger. Shook hands with niggas I hadn't seen for several Septembers. Gave hugs to women I only vaguely remember. The way their fingers caressing my back was giving me signals like you may enter. Liquor informing my agenda.
Okay. You know, so this is, I guess he's just, again, transitioning to what's taking his mind off of the despair in his city. Like, I need to take my mind off of it. So like, I'm back home. I'm with my dudes. I'm in my comfort zone. You know, so I think that's kind of where he's transitioning to, because he started off by the despair and steady diet of death. And then now we're transitioning into, I think, the third verse where it's like, or is it the third verse? Or the second part of the verse. And I think he's just saying it's his way of decompressing a little bit from his mind racing and being, you know,
all this drama.
Right, all this drama. It's just let me just go chill with my boys and all that.
You know what? Obsessed with talking with bitches and all, you know what? All that shit. That's what he said, right? That we be sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a good way to decompress, I guess. Or another way to look at it is this his coping mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like all the drama and shit. This is how we cope. Women. Fucking seeing my boys, yeah, you know, that's the way we cope.
Several Septembers, gave hugs to women I only vaguely remember. The way their fingers caressing my back was giving me signals like you may enter. Liquor informing my agenda, straight and narrow for a while, but tonight I'm on a bender and my retina antennas are scanning the club intently for the girl I wanted bad and almost had before the Bentley. But evidently, when you're the greatest rapper of the century, you'll get another shot. The club was starting to get too hot, so I stepped outside for a breather.
That's funny though, right?
You get another shot, right?
Yeah. Evidently, apparently, you know, when you that dude, and you get money and you're rich and you're the greatest rapper, you know what I mean? Oh, the shots are endless. Yeah. You don't need to shoot your shot, really. You know what I'm saying? The shots will be shot to you.
Because he said he wanted to. He saw for the girl I wanted bad before I had the Bentley. You know, so there was a girl that he wanted that you know, maybe, who knows, but a girl that he really, really wanted before he was rich. You know what I'm saying? He's but you get another shot, I guess, when you become rich.
Apparently. I wonder how that would feel, right? Like, maybe I'll pose two scenarios. You get rich and then you go to Miami, you do it up, and you got all the joints in Miami that's rocking with you, right? You get or both.
I know where you're going.
Or you get rich, you go back home, and then the joint that you wanted, like, it's all on you and this and that. Like, what would feel more gratifying for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm getting get the joints in Miami. That's great too, I'm sure, for a lot of people that's in that life, I'm sure. But to get the joints you really like was looking at or wanted or whatever, and then she is just like, yo, recognizes that you that dude now. I wonder, even if you're more attracted maybe to the girls in Miami, but just that feeling of, yeah, you know, shit didn't change. Went from ashy to classy. Yeah, is that what Biggie say? You know what I'm saying? What did Jay say too? You know, they used to call me ugly and wouldn't trust me, but then I showed up and I dubbed out Buggy though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so things change, you know, when you get to a certain level. So again, I just the feeling of that, right? Yeah. Evidently, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, because when you say that, when you say apparently, goddamn, I guess you're just kind of like, well, I guess this is how it works now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting money and this and that. Yeah, the energy's different is essentially what he's saying. So anyway.
But evidently, when you're the greatest rapper of the century, you'll get another shot. The club was starting to get too hot, so I stepped outside for a breather. That very moment I seen her, she had the glow of Aaliyah while I control my demeanor and said, damn, what's good? How you been? Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, 1 second, bro. 1 second, I got you. Nah, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. I was wondering too. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna see you or what. Yo, 1 second, bro. I got you. Hold on, I'm just talking to her right now. Hell yeah. You gonna be here for a minute? All right. Get the fuck up out my face with what you talking about. I got too much on my plate, and I know you can't relate. They show love, but it be fake. Fuck you talking about. Shit be covering up the hate. I know how to spot a snake. Niggas tote that drum and bass. Fuck you talking about. So you better know your place. Stay inside, cause it ain't safe. Bitch, I'm outside with the apes. Fuck you talking about. But tell me what sense do it make? Coming back when you escape.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, okay. That's it.
Yeah, it sounded like he was, you know,
about to load a gun or
something up. You know what I'm saying?
What is going on? You know
Interesting, because I heard what seemed like high heels were walking to get. I thought it was the girl walking to get into his whip. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure that there's a thing. We're listening to the songs like in standalone songs, and we're not hearing the album in order. So I'm sure there's maybe a storyline that we're missing out on.
Could be, yeah.
Because that was there was some sort of door closing in the other one in safety as well. So I'm sure there's some sort of storyline we're not grasping right now. Yeah. But yeah, that would probably be the first skip for me. I know that y'all not gonna like to hear that, man. Y'all know we love J. Cole. I think I feel like this is one of those situations where if we had a rate a song meter, there would be a lot of boxes checked. He technically rapped his ass off on this, and I think the beat is cool. I was a little bored listening to it. It just didn't do much for me. But I do think that if I'm looking at it, if I'm grading a song, I think he did a lot of things great. You know what I'm saying, in terms of how he rapped and cadences and pockets he was in. It just really didn't do much for me. That's just the bottom. That's where I'm at off of first listen, and usually that's where I stay after first listen. By the way, I usually don't change too much off of first listens. But solid though. He rapped well, man. He rapped well. You know what I mean? And it just seems like this song to me represents again, this whole fall off is inevitable. Him going back home, like I feel like he's mentioned that before, right? Yeah. Going back home. Maybe again, this I've been on cloud nine. I've been on jets and this and that, and you know, I feel like I'm losing sight of what's real and what matters. You know what I'm saying? I need to do more in my city. I think the other song, Safety, I need to reconnect with the people that I've been ignoring. These motherfuckers, people that I love that's been calling me. Let me reconnect with them. I love her again. You know what I mean? I love her again. Like, damn, I need to I need to get back to hungry J. Cole. It's like I need to get back to this. I need to ground myself, get back to that, right? He's constantly trying to research or reignite something. You know what I mean? His love for his city, his love or for his friends and family, his love for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And it, I guess also at the same time, also it's almost like he's transitioning into something as well. Whether that's a different part of his career in music or a different part of his life to focus more on that. That's just the feeling that I've been getting with all the songs. You know, we've been doing. But yeah, it's solid though. Didn't do much for me, but it's solid though.
I thought it was cool. The beat is. I hear when you said you started to get bored a little bit. I kind of understand it because it was very technical. You know what I mean? Especially when I told George when the song was playing, I was like, yeah, I think you're right. I don't even know if you heard me about him being technical, because especially when he started talking about, I pray you get across the Atlantic. Tonight we stepped out with my niggas. It was organic. Nostalgia arise. And when I'm arrested with my bandits, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's just.
It's more about the technique than it is saying something. It's like, let me just technique you. Like, I'm trying to think of an example when I'm saying that will really drive it home. Like something simple I could just say to you. You're like Ryan's cashing out the dividends and then move the transactions to the bitter ends and this and that. And okay, so Ryan just took out some money and he's getting money. Like it just feels unnecessary. I get what you're trying to do. You're technically rapping at a high level, but sometimes it felt like it was just unnecessary additional words in there just to get off the technical aspect of what you're doing.
Correct. Yeah.
He has certainly improved drastically, I would say, in terms of technical, but I felt like he spent a little bit too much time on technique versus saying something in this particular song. Yeah. Whereas other songs that I've heard, I saw the advancement in the technique, but there were in Safety, for example, he's very technical in Safety, but I felt the theme I thought was brought home better in Safety than this was just kind of like, he rapping well technically, but I didn't really get much out of it in terms of what he was saying. That's just how I feel.
And I heard that. I heard that, especially when after you said it, I was like, listen, I'm like, yeah, I kind of see what you're saying, man. But overall, man, I thought the song was cool. You know what I mean? I like the bass note to it. I'm gonna give that another spin in the whip. I think that'll sound really, really good in the car. And as far as what I'm taking from the album as well, or at least this project, the songs that we've done from the album that I've heard, is I just feel like if you're not growing, you're falling, man. I gotta push myself. I gotta constantly find new challenges, because if I don't, I'm gonna lose my gift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And don't you feel like he's leaving the door open as well for continuing on? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I love her again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm reignited. I found it again. So so you love her again and you're reignited, and then that's it, the last album? I just don't know. That's not the last album, right? Mm-hmm. But maybe it started off, the feeling that I think we're all getting, it started off as the last album. The dudes played with his name, and then he found his love, and now he's back on track.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, man.
Not for me, but I get it, though. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I'm enjoying the album so far. If I'm being honest, this is probably the last song we're going to do. I want to listen to the album. When the off-season dropped, I felt the energy from y'all. Y'all was getting at us and saying the messages and all the people like, you got to do this, you got to do that. Like, it felt like it was more excitement surrounding the off-season than it was this, which is crazy because this has been highly anticipated. Right. So I'm wondering what's going on. So I want to listen to the album, and we need to get to some other stuff as well for the channel. But that's it.
Yeah, man.
If y'all enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost to Vegas. We out.